Hi, I'm Dimitri, and in this tutorial I'll walk you through the features of the Clockify Android app. Start by heading over to the Google Play Store and then downloading the Clockify app. Sign up or log in to your existing account and you can start tracking time. In the bottom right corner you'll see a plus button. Tap on it to start an entry. You can choose between these two options, timer mode or manual mode. Let's start with the timer mode. By tapping on the timer mode, the timer will automatically start ticking. You can expand the timer to add more details to the entry. For example, you can change the start time, add a detailed description of what you're working on, add a project, task, and a tag, and mark the activity as billable or non-billable. To save an entry, simply tap on the stop button and the app will notify you that the entry has been created. You can see the total tracked hours for each day here, and the total tracked hours on a weekly basis here. Entries that have a tag and are billable will have these two icons bolded. And if they don't, the icons will be faded so you know what's billable and what isn't with a quick overview. If you want to edit an entry, you can just tap on it and you'll open the editing window. Change any details you want and don't forget to tap Save. You can also quickly continue working on the same activity by pressing on the play button, or by tapping on these three dots next to an entry, where you also have the option to duplicate or delete it. Whenever you log the same activities, either by duplicating or continuing the timer, those time entry cards will have the expand option. This makes it easier for you to glance over the duration and choose which one you want to edit. However, if you wish to see all entries in chronological order, you can go to the web app, click on your profile, and choose Preferences. Afterwards, you can disable the option to group similar time entries. Adding an entry in manual mode works pretty similarly. Tap on the plus icon at the bottom right corner and choose Manual mode. Now enter the duration of the activity that you want to log, and then tap OK. And you'll get an option to add more details to that entry. Add what you need to, and tap Save. For quick access to time tracking, you can activate the Clockify widget. Hold the screen and tap on Widgets. Find Clockify, and choose which widget size you want to add to your home screen. With the mini widget, you can quickly start and stop the timer. If you add a larger widget, you'll see an overview of the last tracked activities. With this, you can start a timer on them by tapping on the play sign. Whenever you start the timer via a widget, Clockify will let you know with a notification in the top bar. To remove the widget, tap and hold it, and then tap Remove. Apart from the tracker, you can also enter time in Clockify via Timesheet. First, you need to enable Timesheet in the web app. You can activate Timesheet here in Workspace Settings. If you don't have any recorded entries for that week, you'll see the option to copy last week's entries. If you tap on it, Clockify will copy all entries from the previous week. From there, you can edit entries to match this week's schedule. Tap on the three dots next to the entry you want to change, and then choose if you want to change a project or a task. You'll also have the option to add new ones in case that you don't have them on the list. Tap on the plus button at the bottom right, and then you can choose a project. Now you can create entries for each day separately by tapping on the day displayed on that project's window. If you often work on the same things, you can save timesheets as templates. In the top right corner, tap on these three dots. Add the template name, and then tap Create. Now, when you open a week with no entries, there will be a new option to apply template. Choose which template you want to apply, and Clockify will copy those entries to that week. Besides tracking time on your work activities, Clockify also allows you to track your breaks. Let's head over to the Workspace settings in the web app. Find the Breaks feature and then enable it by switching the slider on. You can also set a default project for break entries by choosing one from the list or by creating a new one for that purpose. Now when you open up your mobile app and tap on the plus button, you'll see a new break option. Tap on the break icon and the timer will start ticking. You'll also receive a notification in the top bar. You can expand the entry to add more details to it, or stop the timer and then edit it, in the same way that you would edit time entries. Recorded break entries will have a coffee cup icon to differentiate them from other time entries. And you can easily filter them out later in the Reports section of the web app. To customize the app for your needs, let's explore Settings. Tap on the hamburger icon in the top left corner and choose Settings. First, you can change the theme from light to dark, or keep it the system default. Next, you can set the language in which you want to use Clockify. To allow Clockify to send you notifications, enable the Show Notifications switcher. It'll lead you to your mobile system settings, where you need to enable the notifications permission for Clockify. Now, when you go back to settings, you'll be able to turn on the switcher. Forced offline mode allows you to use Clockify without an internet connection. Your time logs will be saved, so once you get back online, everything will be synced. If you enable two-factor authentication, Clockify will send you codes to your email that you need to enter to log into the app. This is a great added level of security in case your phone gets misplaced. In the default project field, you can choose the default project your entries will have whenever you start the timer. Choose a specific project from the list, or use the last used project as a default one. You can always change the project on each entry separately when you track time. Here you can also quickly create a new project by tapping on the plus button at the bottom right corner. Just type in a name, add a client if it has one, mark it as billable or not, make it public or private, choose its color, and then save it. Now you can use that project as a default one, or whenever you need it to track time. In the web app, go to your workspace settings and then check or uncheck the default project settings. You can set all projects to be billable or non-billable, public or private. This will now be reflected in your mobile app when you're creating a new project. In case you need a new client for some project, first create the project and then go to the client option. Here you'll see the same plus button to add a client. Type in the client's name and tap Add. Date format lets you customize the format in which you see dates within the app. You can also choose if you'd like to use a 24-hour clock and at what time your work week will start. You can choose a specific time zone or set it to change automatically. Some of these settings can be changed in the web app as well. For instance, in the workspace settings, you can choose how your time will be categorized. If you don't really want to use the default categorization by clients, projects, and tasks, you can choose some of the other options Clockify offers, or create your own custom categories. In that case, choose the custom option and then enter the label name. The mobile app will now reflect those changes. Here you can also choose in which format your numbers will be displayed. Choose if you want to see the numbers in full, compact, or decimal format. Another way that you can track time within the app is through the calendar. In settings, you can enable calendar integration. With this, your Clockify calendar will pick up specific events and local holidays for your chosen email address. So now when you switch to the calendar in the menu, the calendar will show you two columns for each day. The first is filled with your logged time entries, and the second one with meetings or events picked up from your calendar. Holidays are visible on the top of each day. To start tracking time on a meeting, for example, you can tap on the event in the calendar, and you'll see the option to either start a timer or copy the event as a time entry. This way you can quickly log all your meetings during the day. In case your team is using the scheduling feature on the web app, all of your published assignments will be visible in the calendar. This way you can quickly start the time entry for them in the same way. If you want to add a new entry within the calendar, you can do it by tapping anywhere and adding all the necessary details. In reports, you'll have a quick overview of tracked activities for your team or for you only. You can see which percentage of logged activities is billable and non-billable, and you can see how tracked time is distributed across projects. It's important to remember that more detailed and insightful reports can be found in the web app. One of the interesting features of the mobile app is GPS tracking. This is mostly for employees who are visiting client sites or are traveling often. With GPS tracking, employees use the mobile app as usual to track their time. But on the web app, you'll be able to replay daily employee routes and see their last active time. In the mobile app, you can also record expenses and submit requests for your time off. To do that, you first need to enable expense tracking and time off in the web app. If you'd like to learn more about expense and time off management, check out our other tutorials. And for more details on Clockify's features and how they work, visit our website or help center. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.